Okay, Selena Gomez. I feel like ever since her documentary, lots of drama has kind of transpired. And right now there is just some drama going on with one of her friends, ex-friends, Francia, Raisa. I think I said that right. So I don't know if you know who this girl is, Francia.
I Googled it. She's an actress. I don't know in what, but she acts.
Yeah, so she is an actress, and she's one of Selena Gomez's friends, and she's actually the one that gave Selena her kidney. So
kind of a big deal.
Obviously a very big deal. Selena Gomez has been very open and honest about a lot of the like health issues that she's faced throughout her life. She's been through a lot, obviously, and I think we've all kind of seen that transpire. One of the complications led to her being in need of a kidney, and obviously it was life-threatening. Turns out, like, I guess all of her friends got tested to see if they were a match, and her friend Francia was a match for the kidney. So
wait, question, what do you do if like let's say you need a new kidney and you're like, oh, I'd love it if you guys all tested, and then like all of your friends test because they're like, yes, it's the right thing to do, let's just test and find out and like pray it's not us, and then it is you.
Yeah.
If you test, are you like
no
obligated?
So there's actually a lot of weird shadiness around that too, and like honestly no one knows what fully happened, because again, like what happens behind closed doors, like I don't know, but allegedly so what happened was Selena Gomez said that she told her friends to not get tested. Allegedly. Whether or not that's true, I have no idea. But supposedly she told her friends don't get tested because she didn't want to have to like make this weirdness between their friendship where they felt like they had to give it to her. Because again, like giving your kidney isn't like giving bone marrow or like giving like stem cells for like a stem cell treatment where like those things you make more of. You only have 2 kidneys. If you give one away, you're living your life with 1 kidney. Obviously there's a ton of medical complications that can pop up. If something happens to that 1 kidney, you're kind of screwed. You can live with one.
Risk.
Yes, it's a huge risk, major surgery. You can live with one, but like it changes your life. Like that is not, it's like a big undertaking, to be honest. It's something that I don't think a lot of people would do unless it was for like their child or like a sibling or something, like someone extremely close. So the fact that her friend was able to do this, I always thought, I was like, wow, like what a friend. So supposedly what happened was she told her friends not to get tested. They did it anyways. Francia ended up being a match. The way that it's supposed to happen, and please, whoever's listening, if they know more about HIPAA than I do, don't quote me on this. I'm just going off of a Page 6 article that I read. So essentially, I think the way that it's supposed to work by like, you know, the standards that they have in the medical field, they're supposed to call the person that's the match and let them know you're a match. Like the doctor is supposed to call and let Francia know you're a match. And then she can decide if Selena should know that.
Oh.
So the reason they do that is because they don't want people to feel, they know it's not like giving bone marrow. It's not something simple. It is literally like taking away one of your organs that you use to live with. So the idea is that even if you get tested, like you might do that to see if you're a match and you find out you are one.
Then make the decision.
Then you can make the decision. It's not like you need to make the decision beforehand because it's such a big deal. So the doctor was supposed to tell her and she was supposed to decide, like, does Selena know? Because if she said, hey, I don't want Selena to know, it would be like no harm, no foul. Selena wouldn't find out that she was a match and didn't tell her and wouldn't ruin the friendship, obviously. So that didn't happen. And Selena found out, and Selena's like either agent or mom or something like that found out before Francia knew. So I guess Francia felt like, I guess, a little pressured by the whole thing. And she never really comes out right and is like, Selena pressured me to give me your kidney. But she did say, she was like, the whole thing kind of happened fast. Selena knew that I was a match and it was kind of crazy. And I kind of like obviously agreed to it. But like the way it went down, like kind of made her, I think, a little bit uncomfortable. Again, this is alleged. I don't know what happened, but there was like a lot of conversations around her not feeling 100% like in with it happening, which I think is terrifying to begin with. So she might have had a bad taste in her mouth. Now, Selena did give her a lot of credit after being like, this girl literally saved my life. She's a lifelong friend, all this crazy stuff.
I remember the Instagram post.
She posted this very emotional Instagram post of them at the hospital, which like honestly, as she should. And she did give her a lot of like credit, shouted her out multiple times like since then. So I think that they did have some tiff because allegedly Selena Gomez like went out drinking one night like a month after having the surgery. You're not really supposed to drink at all when you have obviously a kidney transplant. So I think there were some issues in their friendship over the years where they got less close. So I don't think they're really close. Like, I think they're still friends, but not as close as they used to be. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I think there might have been some level of like weirdness after that happened. And I guess in her documentary, the reason why everyone's so upset is because she commented on the documentary saying that the only friend she has in the industry is Taylor Swift. Now, obviously, Francia is in the industry. She is an actress, and she literally gave her kidney. So, I think when that happened, when she said, "Oh, my only person I consider a friend is Taylor Swift," I think Francia either like tweeted or like said something being like interesting about that happening, which to be honest, rightfully so. A TikToker put a video out kind of explaining the drama and the situation and what went down between Taylor and Francia. And Selena actually commented on the video. And she said, "Sorry, I don't mention every person I know."
Yeah.
Like when I read that, I'm sorry, like this might be me and I'm a very dramatic person being dramatic. I lost all respect for Selena Gomez. I was like, ew. First off, like the level of like
apology.
It wasn't even an apology. Like, sorry, I didn't mention every person I know. This isn't every person you know. This is someone that gave you her freaking kidney. Like one of your best friends. And to like not even mention her, not to mention the fact that like the documentary is literally so much of it is focused on her health journey. And she can't even mention the person that literally like changed and altered their life for her. So
it makes me wonder because it's mind-boggling to me how like insensitive and almost like heartless Selena's being around this. It makes me wonder if there was some sort of monetary transaction at the time of the transplant, like more so like because Selena has the funds, and I mean this isn't a small ask of someone. I could see there being a large donation that Francia received, and I feel like maybe there being a monetary value. I mean, you can't put a price on your life. I guess you technically can put a price on organs. I mean, they sell shit all the time in that industry, but it makes me wonder if she did pay her to give her kidney like low key, because other than that, like why else would she be so heartless?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I feel like Selena Gomez is always cast in this light of being like so sweet, such a good friend, all this stuff. So I was very surprised when I read that. I think you're right. A lot of people were commenting. They were like, we don't actually know what happened. Like there's a chance that she paid. I honestly wouldn't put it past anyone. Yeah. I'm not giving my kidney up for like most people probably. And maybe my like lifelong best friend. But like even then, it's a huge ask. So I could see them offering her money.
Could you put a price on it? Like how much money realistically?
I have no idea.
Like $100K non-taxed?
No. I wouldn't do it for that much money.
$250,000? $250,000?
Are you like you're negotiating with me?
Hypothetically.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't think I would do it. Really, no. For my friend, I might do it. Like for a random person just offering me money, I wouldn't do it.
Your friend giving you $250K?
I don't know. It's so tough. Like I would probably do it more for them than I would for the money. But like you're right. If she did take money, that could create weirdness between them. Mm-hmm. And I guess Francia did say like over the years, or Francia. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, by the way. But she did say, she's like, I don't want to be known as like the kidney girl. But like I do think there's an element of like if Selena like doesn't bring her up or forgets to mention her, I'm sure her friend would get upset, and then it created like a rift in their friendship. So I could see that happening. Honestly, like Selena not mentioning her in the documentary, I think is pretty messed up and unacceptable. But even after like the TikToker put that video out where people were like, hey, this is kind of messed up, you didn't mention her, Selena should have been like, you know what, you're totally right. I like didn't mention her. I've mentioned her in the past. Obviously she knows I love her. Like she should have said something like that instead of just being like, sorry, I didn't mention everyone in my life. Like that is in my mind so heartless. And like when I read that, my initial thought was, all right, if that was Hailey Bieber, like she'd be done. But like it's Selena, and I feel like this girl, without obviously personally knowing her, I feel like is always involved in drama. There's always shit going on in her life, and like she's always cast as like the saint in the situation. She must have the best PR team in all of Hollywood, because Selena Gomez can do no wrong. Like everyone else, when they do something wrong, people jump down their throats, but Selena like just can get away with highway murder. And I know the Selena-nators listening to this are probably like, screw you. But I actually was surprised. It was people who commented on this Instagram post being like, I'm a fan and I'm genuinely disappointed, which I've never seen a Selena Gomez fan say anything about her. So I'm hoping people are starting to see that and realize that like we put these celebrities on a pedestal, and half the time they're really, really shitty human beings who only care about themselves, and maybe we shouldn't like idolize them the way that we do.
I agree. I mean, it took 6 years to film this documentary, and you're telling me that she didn't once in those 6 years mention her name while they were recording. I feel like
that's a good point, because even when they were friends when it first happened, you think she'd mention it then.
And she even said in an interview talking about the documentary that there are people in the documentary that she's no longer friends with.
Right, but she couldn't put that. That's so weird.
It makes me wonder, like, is Selena low-key a bitch and like hard to stay friends with? Like, why is she losing so many friends? I'd love to know.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I only have one friend. It's like, well, maybe you're the problem. You never know.
It's you. You're the problem. It's you.
I know. Literally insane. But I'm like curious to know. It's just one of those things where you know it's probably going to blow over and no one's going to care in like a week. But I do think that I hope people can see the truth.
You're Inspector Gadget over here.